It is possible to get fine furniture accuracy from any table saw. A lot of it comes down to just how careful your setups are. But even if your setups are done very carefully, it's always a good idea to verify that your setup is accurate before you start cutting your actual work pieces. I'll show you a few ways to verify some of the most common setups on a table saw, starting with making sure that your blade is truly 90 degrees to the table for like a typical cross cut. I like to use these plastic drafting triangles. They're easy to work with. They have a very true surface as well. And raise the blade up as high as you can so you have the most surface possible for the triangle to bear against. Then simply bring it up there and, of course, check to see if there's any gap from the top to the bottom. Just a little bit of an adjustment here. And that looks to be, according to the triangle, a true 90 degrees. Now to verify that setup, I'm going to cross-cut this piece. It's just under the maximum cutting height of the blade, about 3 inches or so. Okay, so there's the piece as it went through the saw blade. I'm just going to flip this over, which should double any error that's present. And that looks pretty tight top to bottom. So that means I truly am set at 90 degrees. I can go ahead and cross-cut my finished pieces with confidence that I'll end up with a true 90 degrees. Now what about setting the miter gauge at 90 degrees to the blade? A similar test, this time instead of using a tall piece, we'll use a wide piece. First let's do a setup on the miter gauge. Loosen the head here and bring the base of my triangle against the extension. And when I bring the side of the triangle up to the blade, I want to bear on the body of the blade, not on any of the teeth. There, triangle says that is at a true 90. Okay, so this is how it went through the saw. I'm going to flip this piece over, butt it back up against there, and that is tight from top to bottom, so I know that my miter gauge is truly at 90 degrees to the blade. Now an important point on both these tests I just showed you, it's important that the scrap piece you're cutting, that the sides are parallel. If they're not, this test isn't going to work. So make sure your scrap has parallel sides. Next thing you can verify is cutting a 45-degree miter. Again, I use my triangle, 45-degree side on that triangle to set the miter gauge head at 45 degrees. Raising the blade up as high as I can, so again I have as much bearing surface as possible. Make sure the triangle isn't touching any teeth, and bring the miter gauge up. Okay, the triangle says that is 45 degrees. To verify this setup, it's really dependent on how critical your 45 needs to be. The most critical application would be when you're cutting 4 pieces, mitering 4 pieces for a frame. In that case, we'll do exactly that. We'll take a piece of scrap and miter 4 pieces to make a frame and make sure those 4 miter joints come together. If you're not mitering 4 pieces, that 45-degree setup isn't quite as critical. Now here's the key to cutting these 4 pieces. You want 4 pieces that are identical in length, and the length isn't critical. You just want something you can safely handle. And when I do this, I make a little miter at the end of my stop block, helps trap the point that I just cut. Clamp the stop block to the extension, and now I'm going to miter 4 pieces. Now clear some space on the bench here, and I'll assemble these 4 pieces to see if we have 4 tight miter joints. Looks like 3 have come together pretty well, as is the case. Typically, you'll get 3 that come together pretty well. It's that 4th one that tells you if you need to make an adjustment. So on this gap, it's open just a little bit at the point. It's tight at the heel. So what I need to do is trim just a little bit off of the heel of each of these 8 cuts. Now I'm taking 1/8 of that amount off of each cut, so obviously my adjustment has to be very, very small. Now before I start cutting, I want to mark all the ends of my pieces just so I know which ends I've cut and which ends I haven't. Also need to move my stop block just a little bit. It doesn't have to be very far at all, 1/8 of an inch or so. I'll make one cut on each end, move the stop block in just a touch more, and cut the opposite end. There are 4 perfect miters. Now I know my miter gauge is set exactly at 45 degrees, and I'm going to make picture frames or any type of mitered frame. Every corner is going to look perfect. Okay, so that takes care of miters. Now the 4th setup that you can verify is doing bevels, when you have to tilt the blade to 45 degrees. Again, using the triangle, and on a benchtop saw like this, setting that blade at 45 degrees exactly can be a little more trial and error, emphasis on the error with lots of trials. And the reason is, unlike a contractor's saw, there's no mechanism that just gradually tilts the blade. It just pivots freely like this. You have to find 45 degrees and then lock it in place. So I'll use my triangle. Blade's up as high as it'll go, so I have the most surface to bear against. And it looks to me like that's right where it should be. So I'm going to hold that in one hand, lock it in place with the other, and hope everything holds. And of course, I want to come back and verify that I'm truly at 45 degrees. To make that verification, miter gauge goes back to 90 degrees. And what I'm going to do is, similar to what I did with the frame, bevel 4 pieces and then assemble a box so it stands up vertically. I can check my bevels, how they come together. Lower the blade, about the height of my workpiece. I'm going to start again as I did, cut a bevel on the end of each of 2 workpieces, and then use a stop block to set the length for all 4. Now, it can be hard to hold all 4 bevels together at once, so I find it's convenient just to put a piece of tape on 3 of them while you try to bring that 4th together. 2 bevels come together nicely. The 3rd I can't even get closed because on the 4th, as you can see, things are canted in too far. So I need to take something off the point of each one of these bevels so I can adjust the tilt of my blade accordingly. Okay, so there's the 3rd one coming together, and our 4th bevel also looks great. So that box, when it's glued up, will have 4 tight corners, top to bottom, inside and out. Now, there's a saying, I think it was attributed to Ronald Reagan when he was dealing with the Soviets. It said, trust but verify. Well, the same applies to your woodworking. You can trust your setup tools, but it's always a good idea to verify those setups by making real-world cuts before you start on your workpieces.